Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Asnan Ali from Chambag School, grade 12 and 13 chemistry teacher. Today, students, we are going to discuss the assignment that was given on the topic of energetics to grade 13. Now, students, the question that was asked within the assignment, the first one was that iron 3 chloride readily dissolves in water. This is the equation. Use the following data to calculate the standard enthalpy change for this process. Now, here you can see the data. Here iron 3 chloride solid formation enthalpy is given, iron 3 positive aqueous formation enthalpy is given, chloride negative aqueous formation enthalpy is given. And he is asking the enthalpy change for this process. This is the enthalpy of solution of 1 mole of iron 3 chloride. Now, if you would be drawing a Hess's cycle, you are able to formulate the direct route and indirect route. How it is possible? Write the iron and chlorine in the elemental phase at the bottom of this equation and draw two arrows, one from the iron and chlorine towards the iron 3 positive and 3 chloride negative, and the second arrow from iron and chlorine towards iron 3 chloride. Now this was how you are able to formulate the Hess's cycle. He has not asked us about formation of the Hess's cycle. He has asked for the solution and for the calculation part. So for the calculation part, we are able to get an equation that relates enthalpy of solution is equal to 3 times enthalpy of formation of chloride aqueous ions plus enthalpy of formation of iron 3 positive aqueous minus enthalpy of formation of iron 3 chloride. So this is how you are able to formulate the equation for the calculation purpose that was correlated to the formation of Hess's cycle. And you can see that by putting the values of the enthalpy of formations of chloride and iron 3 positive and iron chloride, you are able to get the enthalpy of solution equivalent to 151 kilojoule per mole or minus 150.6 kilojoule per mole. This is how the question was to be done. But do remember, for the solution of this question or for the solution of this question, you must draw the Hess's cycle first so as to correlate the direct and indirect path. The next question, the examiner was asking, use the following data and data from the data booklet to construct Born-Haber cycle and calculate the lattice enthalpy of barium sulfide. Here he has given the data. Standard enthalpy change of formation of barium sulfide is given. Standard enthalpy change of atomization of barium is given. Standard enthalpy change of atomization of sulfur is given. Electron affinity of sulfur atom is given. That is first electron affinity. While the second electron affinity, that is electron affinity of the S negative ion, is given. And he has asked us to draw a Born-Haber cycle along with calculate. He has asked us to calculate the lattice energy of this reaction. Now, how the Born-Haber cycle was to be drawn? Here is the solution. First, you have to write barium solid plus sulfur solid in elemental form. You know already that first of all, both the elements react together to form barium sulfide, and this enthalpy change is exothermic, as downward arrows are showing the exothermic process, and this is enthalpy of formation of 1 mole of barium sulfide. While the endothermic processes are the conversion of barium solid to barium gaseous, that is enthalpy of atomization of barium. Then first ionization energy of barium plus second ionization energy of barium. You can see the arrows are going upwards. This means that these both processes are endothermic. While in the next part, the sulfur is atomized to sulfur gaseous. So the atomization enthalpy of sulfur is needed. Then the first electron affinity of sulfur is needed. That is actually an exothermic process. That is why the arrow comes down here. And S negative ion in gaseous form is formed. Then that S negative ion absorbs the electron and forms as 2 negative gaseous ion, and this is the second electron affinity of the sulfur. It is endothermic as given by the examiner in the data. So all the arrows that are going upwards mean the processes are endothermic, while the arrows that are going downward are showing the processes that are exothermic. Finally, the barium 2 positive gaseous ion and sulfur 2 negative gaseous ion combine to form barium sulfide, and this process is the process in which the energy released is known as enthalpy of or lattice energy or enthalpy of lattice. So here you can see there are two types of paths. One is direct path by reacting barium element and sulfur element to form 1 mole of barium sulfide, while the other one that is going upwards and then coming downwards is the indirect route. So by putting the direct route equivalent to indirect route, we did not have the data about the first ionization energy and second ionization energy in the question. We can get the data from the data booklet. First ionization energy of barium is 502 kilojoule per mole. Second ionization energy of barium is 966 kilojoule per mole. He has summed up, it is equivalent to 1468 kilojoule per mole. Now here you can see that the values are plotted and lattice energy is calculated. Which enthalpies are given or added up here within the equation. Minus 460 is representing the enthalpy of formation of barium sulfide. 1468 represents the first and second ionization energy summed up of barium, while 180 is representing here the atomization enthalpy of barium, while 279 is representing the atomization enthalpy of sulfur, while first electron affinity of sulfur is given to be minus 200 and the second electron affinity of the sulfur is given to be 640 plus lattice energy. Now all these enthalpies that are linked with the lattice energy are the enthalpies that are of the indirect route, while the direct route enthalpy is minus 460, that is the enthalpy of formation of barium sulfide directly from its elements. Now by putting the values, lattice energy can be calculated from the data that the examiner has given and the ionization energies that we can see from the data booklet. The lattice energy comes out to be minus 2827 kilojoule per mole. That is persistent with our definition of lattice energy, that the lattice energy is exothermic in nature. Students, this was all related to the assignment. Thank you for your kind listening. Allah Hafiz.